I have been getting messages like these. There is no fresher vacancies for DevOps. I see most of the job description include experience for 2+ years. I have only 1+ year of experience. I've been trying to get into DevOps for 8 months. Have learned all these skills. I even done a few projects, applied to a lot of companies, but no response for the entry-level DevOps job. Recently, as a DevOps fresher, I failed my first interview and my motivation is dropped, and I think this is the right time to change the path. Questions might be different, people who have been asking these questions might be different, but the pain is the same. There is no job for fresher in the market, or this is what we think, there is no job for the fresher in the market. So you apply to the job and you get these type of response from the HR that we are looking for anyone who has 2+ years of experience and so on. So why is this happening? This is what we're gonna cover in this video. Even if the job experience is 2 to 4 years of experience, you apply to it anyways and you get the rejection email instantly. Then you go to your favorite social media platform, you write a post, and the comment says it all. DevOps is not for fresher. People are saying about the same thing. Why? Because there are less positions in the market and there are a lot of people applying for those open positions in the market. A few are getting through, a lot of you are getting left behind. Today we are going to talk about why is this happening, why you feel like system is against you, why you're not getting any callbacks, and why your interview are not getting scheduled and resumes are not getting selected. Welcome back to Tech Tutorials with 𝗵𝗇. My name is 𝗵𝗇, obviously, and cloud DevOps, interview preparation, career guidance. This is what we do in this channel if you are new here. I read every single comment that I get on my videos. I try to reply to most of them, but unfortunately due to time constraint I cannot do that, and that is why I'm recording this video, because a lot of you have been complaining the same thing. The frustration is real and I totally understand it. So here is exactly what we are covering in this video. Why that 2-year experience rule exists, why your current projects are getting rejected, the harsh truth about DevOps in 2026, and how to completely bypass job portal so that recruiters can reach out to you. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you will get the step-by-step framework to prove you can do a job of a 2 years of experience professional as well. Let's address the elephant in the room. You probably heard the advice that you need to be a developer before you want to be a DevOps engineer. That could have been the case for many startups, for many small companies, but this is not the case in majority of the companies. And why is that? Because most of the companies have a dedicated team. If the developer is doing the DevOps work, they won't be able to focus on their deliverables, their feature development, their bug fixes, the requests that they get from user, and so on. There has to be a dedicated team of DevOps engineers who take care of your CI/CD pipelines, who take care of your operational excellence, who take care of infrastructure, and who takes care of all other DevOps related activities. DevOps is not a job for the developer. There is a dedicated team for that. That's one thing for sure. But do we need to have coding knowledge or coding experience before we were even trying to apply for DevOps role? The answer is yes and no. Why I'm saying yes and no? You don't need to be a full stack developer to become a DevOps engineer, but you should have a clear understanding of code. And what do I mean by code? Scripting language such as Bash script, Python, YAML, JSON, which is used for configuration, which is used for CI/CD pipeline, Terraform code, and so on. So you should know how to write code, but you don't need to know the advanced concept. You don't need to know the advanced DSA, but you should know the basic data structures. You should know functions, loops in the programming language, whatever you are comfortable with. Because as a DevOps engineer, you will also be troubleshooting your issues. And while troubleshooting the issue, there will be the time where you'll be troubleshooting code as well. So you should know how to debug the code. If you are afraid of the code, if you think I'm getting into DevOps because I hate coding, then I hate to say this, but DevOps is not for you. Even for a support role, cloud support or DevOps support role, you should have at least Bash scripting experience. You should know how to write scripts. You should know how to read it, how to debug it, and how to make changes to it. So in a nutshell, companies expect you to know the coding, but not as a full stack developer, because developers are the one who develop the application from scratch. DevOps engineer are the one who maintain those applications, right? So there is a clear distinctions between roles and responsibilities. Then they also expect you to know cloud administration. They also assume that you have good troubleshooting skills, that you can handle the pressure in the situation of disaster, and you remain calm in those situations, and you can just work and fix the issues whenever it occurs, right? That's the expectation from a DevOps engineer, because developers don't work in production environment except startups. But in medium scale to large scale to enterprise level company, developers only work on development environment, and that's about it. You might be having DevOps certifications like DevOps or cloud related certifications like CK, Terraform, AWS Solution Architect, Azure, AZ900 or AZ104, whatever, right? But it does not prove that you are a good DevOps engineer. It proves that you have learned something and cleared the test. But the real test begins when you actually fix a broken environment. So have you done that? And can you do that when you are hired? That's what more important is. So how do we bridge the gap? It starts with your project. Most people just write deployed an application to EC2 server, or hosted an application on Docker or Kubernetes, provision the infrastructure using this and this technology. That is not enough. Anyone can do that. You just write a prompt and any LLM can do that. You need to build project that solves a real-time issue that is complex enough to be able to replicate the production scenario. Like, you cannot possibly replicate a production scenario. There is a lot of nuance in that. The best practices, you can try to replicate the crucial components of a production grade application. Your application might not be handled that much of scale, hundreds and thousands and millions of users, but still it should be scalable enough so that you can prove your point in the interview. So you need to move away from simple setups and you need to build end-to-end production grade pipelines, infrastructure as a code, and the overall architecture in general. But here is why you are failing. See, on my channel, there is a dedicated playlist for real-time project. It has 50 plus projects from all different playlists related to Azure, Terraform, Azure DevOps, Kubernetes, GitOps, lot more than that, right? Still, many of you are just copying it, forking the repo, and adding it in your resume. Interviewer won't ask you what is S3, what is CI/CD pipeline, what is DevOps. No, they won't ask you those questions. They will ask you what was the challenge that you have faced in your last project and how did you fix it. You won't be able to answer that because you have not implemented any project. If you have not implemented any project, you have not found any issue. If you have not found an issue, you have not fixed anything. And that is where you go blank. So you need to start building project from scratch. Even though the code is available, even though I have provided all the guidance and all the steps end-to-end demo, still just understand that and build it from the scratch by your own. Do your own research. Generate your own code, break the things, fix the things, and that is when you learn. When you spend 2 days in fixing one single or simple issue, you will remember that for the lifetime. So whenever interview asks this question next time, you will be able to answer that. Okay, yeah, I remember this was the issue that I faced and this is how I solved it. And to prevent that from happening, I wrote a blog or I added that step in my GitHub repo readme file so that no one else has to go through that again. So this is how you have to improve your answers in the interview. Don't mug up hundreds of interview questions. That won't help you get a job. All the questions that I see floating around LinkedIn and X, top 100 DevOps interview questions, they are like, what is CI/CD pipeline? What is DevOps? What is Jenkins? No, interviewers don't ask those questions. If you have ever been to an interview, you would know the clear difference between the questions that you see are generated by ChatGPT over LinkedIn and the real questions that are being asked in the interview. So understand that difference, and you will only be able to answer those questions if you have done it yourself. Copying the code from someone else's repository or just executing the scripts that have already been built by someone won't help you. Even if you get the interview call, you won't be able to clear the interview. You have to have the hands-on experience in breaking the things and fixing the things by yourself. Now let's talk about the job applications, right? So if you are applying for the job, the usual route that everyone takes is you go to LinkedIn and click on easy apply, or just apply on the job, or you go to some company's website and then you apply over there, or you go to some job portal, right? Naukri.com, monster.com, and you apply it over there. But these are the noisiest channels. What I mean by noisiest channel, there are thousands of other people applying through same channel, through same level of experience, or maybe like they all are freshers, but they are all going through the same path. If thousands of people go down to the same path, the path get congested and no one or just a few people can pass through it. So you need to avoid the conventional, the noisy path. You need to go down to the path that are less noisy. What do I mean by that? So do something that is not noisy enough and that not many people are doing or not many people can do, because it takes a lot of effort in doing that. And what is that path? Go build around relations with other professionals in your niche. Okay, if you are aiming for a DevOps role, go search for all the DevOps professionals that have recently gotten the job, or the industry professionals who have X number of years of experience and already working in their well-settled job. Go and talk to them. Don't just go and ask for referral blindly. No, they don't know you, so they might not give you the referral. So build something and showcase it to them. Okay, so this is what I have built. I just wanted your quick feedback, maybe 2 minutes of your time. If you can provide me some suggestion, how can I optimize this further for a real-time production application, something like that. Okay, go and seek their feedback. Maintain a good relationship with them. That's one thing. Do cold emailing, cold DMs to recruiters, hiring managers, and see if they might be hiring in their team. Sometimes people are looking for a job, but at the same time, hiring manager is also looking for the job. You just need to be at the right place at the right time. So keep doing these things. Build relationship, do the networking, go to your local networking events, talk to people, and cold DMs, cold emailings. Like not a lot of people can send cold DMs or cold emails to a lot of people each day, right? So you need to increase your quantity over there as well. See, you are looking for a job, and hiring managers or HR recruiters, they are looking for a candidate to fill a vacant position in their team or multiple positions in their team. There are thousands of applications on the job portal based on some predefined criteria, some ATS and some other filtration techniques, maybe your college, maybe your past experience, maybe your salary expectation. They filter the candidates and only few get passed through the initial screening round. And out of those, some other candidates might get filtered from the resume and so on, right? So chances of going through that becomes less. But if you are doing cold email, cold DMs to them directly, the chances of going through that initial screening round get increases, because now they know that you are someone who is interested, who is genuine, who probably have the skills and did some extra work to do the research and reach out to you personally. Now, when you are reaching out to someone, make sure you do not use AI generated messages or emails. Take out some time and write it out personally. Just 2-3 lines, quick introduction about yourself, your experience, and why you are reaching out to them. Maybe a few links of your portfolio or your resume, and that's all about it. You don't need to use AI in that conversation. And why I'm saying that? Because you need to value someone's time. If I get a resume or if I get a cold DM with this long chat message, and which is probably written by AI, which we can see by just looking at it, I would be thinking that this person did not bother about writing a few lines about himself or herself by their own, and they had to use AI for that. I mean, that's not a good use of my time. right? If we are reaching out to someone to asking for a feedback or asking if we have referral or a position in their team, the least we can do is spend some time in genuinely crafting that message that shows respect towards individual, that shows respect toward the job or the company, and that shows that you are seriously interested in that and not bombarding the same message to every single recruiter. The message has to be personalized. Only then the chances are higher in getting the reply. Now, you could be sending hundreds and thousands of emails and messages, and you might get the demotivation. Okay, I'm sending these many messages, but I'm not getting many replies. What should I do? You should keep doing it anyways. I mean, this could be disheartening. This could be frustrating. Still, you have to keep doing that for one single acceptance, and that's all you need. 100 rejections or 100 ghost messages, 100 ghost email replies won't bother you if you get that one yes, and that's all you need. So keep doing that, and the odds of getting that one yes will increase if you keep doing what you are doing. Instead of applying for the job, consistently network with people, consistently try putting out your personal brand out there. By creating personal brand, I mean write the blog, write the content. Every single piece of value that you add to someone's life is content. So try to focus on that. Don't just use LinkedIn or X for posting the content that has no value to someone else's life, or someone can easily do Google, ChatGPT, whatever, right? Add something that you have personally faced, your personal experiences, your personal learnings, lessons, failures. Do that in building in public, and that's when you see people started reaching out to you. I think that's about it. I think that's what I wanted to cover in this video. I hope you like it. I hope you like the format of the video as well. And if you did, let me know in the comment. If you don't like it, let me know in the comment as well. I would love to hear your feedback on that. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon with the next video. Have a good day. Happy learning.